fine tune.
Troops would then drop into the battle zone and with overwhelming firepower eliminate them. That was the theory which seemed to be working well at this early stage. The Americans dared to hope that government forces might even be victorious in the not-too-distant future, and Kennedy hoped to bring home the U.S. mission before 1965 was over. The escalation in American involvement was of great concern to Ho Chi Minh, who feared the Americans might even be considering the use of their own ground forces to attack the North. Mao Zedong, the Chinese Communist leader, was
We got some wonderful Vietnam documentary in the background. It's kind of dark over here.
90,000 rifles were promised as immediate.
Oh, it is what it is. Move this over here. A little centered better. Hello. Now, I'm probably gonna pick some easy locks. I'll do some handcuffs. I might decide to pick some better locks, like an 1100 or a 7240, or even a 98 Pro. But right now, I think I'll do some handcuff stuff and go from there. Hope you guys are doing well. I don't want to use the Peterson on cuffs. Don't forget to hit that like button. I see you in there lingering. Hit that like button.
Attacks were to last no more than 15 minutes. So
we use the double.
Had no time to retaliate in force.
Double peak rake. Oh yeah, I gotta do the comments to all messages. Okay. Let's see, is this good? Okay, for now that'll do.
And proved that they could match American firepower and even defeat it.
Gotta start it out right with the magic trick.
As did guerrilla attacks on arms dumps and strategic positions. And despite large-scale ground sweeps, the NLF fighters had not
ready for it? Oh, spooky magic.
Diem's abysmal and corrupt regime violently put down
so the Shackleman Cuff Club handcuffs. So you can see the words right here. Just the emblem logo. I know I'm talking to myself right now, but this is for anybody that decides to actually watch the video after it's not live.
The generals, encouraged by the CIA,
basic opening.
Kennedy was shocked when he heard that Diem had been executed, together with his brother No Ding Nu, the man who had controlled the secret police.
There's some modern contemporary handcuff art for you. I know some of you appreciate this.
Johnson took over the White House. He had always
Let's see
been
here.
skeptical
Can I do the butterfly? Oh, there's a butterfly for you. Handcuff butterfly. The one and only channel you'll find it.
In the north of Vietnam, Ho Chi Minh and his advisors decided to intensify their efforts.
Hope you enjoy the soothing sounds of the Vietnam War in the background.
And increased their guerrilla warfare in the south, sensing the
Let's see here.
The Chinese even considered sending troops to aid the
I'll pick this guy.
should the Americans intervene.
Lock it. This is a reliable.
NLF were now sending in men in
This guy while handcuffed.
1,000 to attack government forces. Another coup in the south demoralized the people.
I don't know how to do a lot of things, but I could do some things well.
The crisis put pressure on President Johnson to act. Republicans urged a bombing campaign to be initiated, and the military chiefs of staff also
I'm still a little sweaty from my walk.
Johnson remained doubtful that secret bombing against the north.
Oh no, what will I do? I have this lock I have to unlock.
1 year later, the situation
this guy right here.
On August the 2nd, 1964,
Yes, they are real handcuffs. They are Peerless 700Cs.
off the North Vietnamese
No, they are not
coast
double locked
on
at the
an
moment.
intelligence-gathering mission. When it opened fire on North Vietnamese torpedo boats that had mistaken the ship for a South Vietnamese vessel.
It's kind of hard to zip while you're handcuffed.
The captain of the Maddox reported that he thought a second
See
attack
10
was
people
underway.
watching. Please hit the like and subscribe.
Retaliatory action. The North bombed.
You don't have to donate, but if you hit the like button, that'd be cool. It costs you nothing. It helps the algorithm show my video more. Or just leave.
Prime Minister
I see how it is. That's alright.
Along the borders.
No one's under any obligation to be here.
The result of this engagement was the American Tonkin Gulf Resolution.
Let's see if this lock's going to be a pain in the butt. Seems like it is.
It gave Johnson the power to use whatever force he felt
I'll just
necessary
keep jiggling and wiggling.
Vietnam was
Do
about
some
to
scrubbing.
exactly what that meant. Clearing bombing raids on their own territory, the North Vietnamese
Some
could only
zipping.
trust that American fear of China would prevent any such action. They decided on sending the North Vietnamese army to the south.
This one's being a little bug at her.
Had a chance to attack.
The little bug at her padlock.
A 6-week trek along the Ho Chi Minh Trail
Ooh,
would see them in Vietnam.
it's still kind of warm in here.
Where they would attempt
I should have turned on the fan before I started streaming. Just jiggling away.
Air Base near Saigon came under fire, and B-57 bombers were destroyed and damaged. 4 Americans were killed. A timely reminder to the Americans as an election drew close of involvement at ground level.
Oh no, what have I done? I put my tensioner in here. There it is.
Won the election.
Don't worry, I found my tensioner. Hit that like button.
The Viet Cong were now on the offensive, striking just 40 miles from the capital, causing enormous casualties amongst South Vietnamese soldiers.
Padlock, lock.
If nothing were done, the South would be lost to communism. Johnson allowed his military to plan a campaign of action. Airstrikes were to be used if the Viet Cong attacks continued. There was not long to wait for those attacks.
Boom.
On February the 7th,
Got you an open, as you can see. Put that there. Handcuffs.
Who killed 9 Americans.
Unlocked.
Johnson gave the
Oh, you guys leave once the lock is open?
The Americans would attack the
That's
North
cool.
Vietnamese directly.
Modern
The most
contemporary
terrifying
handcuff art.
since World War II was about to engulf the U.S. armies.
I guess no one's talking unless my
US
internet's
fighter
messed up.
planes were sent to targets just inside the North Vietnamese border. Undeterred,
Let's see what else I have
the
here.
attack took place only 3 days later. 23 Americans were killed in a hotel.
My Sparrow's set.
Permission was given for
This
a
thing
more
glows.
concerted effort to end
This
hostilities.
whitish looking square thing
Operation
behind the
Rolling
pics.
Thunder was born.
If I have it in the sunlight or under a lamp for a while, it glows so that at nighttime you can see your pics. What's up, Elijah? How you doing? Here's a gulag shim I made from one of Oscar Delta's books called Escape. What's up, Ground Fog? It's pretty cool. This one came with a little, can't see it right now. This little thing is a pat. It's like a ranger eye. It's just a keyhole. There's a little Velcro right there. It's pretty neat. This set I've crammed all the pics I could in it. I could probably only fit maybe 2 more pics in here. But this one I've had for years and years and years. It's definitely been serving me well. Let's see, what else do I have here? I thought I had number 3. I'll try to pick this. What is this? Master number 5. Here's a Master 5. Here's a double peak from Covert Instruments. I don't know how well you can see it. Probably right there is the best. This tensioner is from Greyhound Lockpicking. It's double-ended. This side by my pinky is top of the keyway. This side up here. The other side is bottom of the keyway. I use this 98% of the time. It works really well. Alright, this messed up. Minor technical difficulties. I'll put on episode 2. We'll do a little vape magic. There you go. Some vape magic. Got sweat getting into my eyes. Let's see if I could open this. I don't know if I can with this. You like the yellow? You know what? I figured I noticed I get better feedback when I wear a yellow bandana. And apparently I can break this open. Let's do that again to make sure it's not a fluke. That was a direct quote from the lockpicking lawyer. I did not come up with that. Yeah, I like this yellow bandana a lot too. It's a good, like, cheerful color. But it also makes you hungry. Allegedly, yellow and red is the colors that make people hungry. Okay, I can open this. Wasn't a fluke. Now let's do it handcuffed. So I'll put that up there. Okay. Alright, let's see if I could open this master lock number 5 while handcuffed. Yep.
President Lyndon B. Johnson had never gone
Hang that there.
to ask for an official declaration of war on Vietnam.
I'm not sure where I put my cipher pick at. That's what I usually use on handcuffs.
The number of dead, wounded, and missing soldiers.
Modern contemporary art.
6,000 each month.
Were you?
And he had tried to keep the war's profile in America as low as possible.
Let's see, is it in here?
Secretary Robert McNamara wanted no increase in military involvement in Vietnam. He thought that the war was likely to last for many years, and financial and personnel costs would need to be kept under control, so that the American people would not turn against.
I don't know where it's at.
The military leadership wanted troop numbers.
Here's this master shutter lock.
So that the campaign could be expanded.
Master shutter lock.
Would enter Cambodia,
turn the key. It opens. Okay.
Johnson, uncertain of which
get the
course
pick.
to follow, stayed
stick
on the
it inside the keyhole. Put it in the back. Push down. Bam.
He decided against sending
no key needed.
numbers of ground troops.
Let's do that one more time. Put the key in the hole. Push it all the way to the back. Push down. Bam.
The North would be
it's just that simple.
to intensified bombing raids to try again to cripple their war effort.
Right.
The man chosen to take overall charge with the rank of 4-star general was Robert Cohen.
We'll do some cuffs again.
He became deputy.
Hey, what's up, cheese grits? Kind sir.
Everyone knew that the task ahead was monumental. But equally, optimism grew that this new attitude to the war would finally bring results. Unknown to President Johnson, while he was considering an intensified bombing campaign against the North, the communist Vietnamese.
This is the reliable lock. It's basically a Master 140.
Coincide with the Vietnamese New Year in January 1968.
Glad to see everyone here.
Protect offensive. Simultaneously, their secret youth leagues and workers' groups would instigate an uprising of the South Vietnamese people. with the aim of overthrowing the
Got
government.
that one open.
NLF
Let's open the master lock number 5. As you can see,
behind them,
it's
the NLF would
closed.
demand that the Americans left the country. World opinion would see that they did. That was the theory.
Do a little wiggle rake.
The first targets of this massive offensive in the South were to be radio stations, cities, and army headquarters all over the country.
I got a new coffee pot.
This would cause
Some
the South
Folgers
Vietnamese
coffee.
army to disintegrate.
It's so good. I've
And the
been
men
drinking
would be
instant
incited
coffee for like a
to
year.
perhaps even fight against
For the
their
most part of the year.
allies, the Americans.
And the difference in flavor is way crazy.
General Jack
The
knew
Folgers taste so much better than the instant coffee.
avoided the massive air raids by the U.S. Air Force. Towns were easier targets, protected by the less formidable South Vietnamese army.
Ta-da! Okay, we'll open
Towards the
these.
end of 1967, Giat meticulously
Ooh, I'm
prepared
sweating over here.
diversionary attacks on 5 U.S.
Sweating
and
to the
South
oldies.
Vietnamese army bases, chosen for their locations
Modern contemporary.
inside the country,
Handcuff art.
intended to draw the American troops away from the built-up
Anyone
areas
have any
into
plans
the
for this evening?
The main assault would then get underway, with Saigon as the chief objective, and taking in more than 140 further towns and provincial capitals.
Let's see if this Dino Quick Pick will open the Master 5.
Some 7 miles from the Laotian border, where the district government was located, and the American Military Assistance Command, where intelligence was gathered.
Military
Surprise
Assistance
was to be the key to
Command.
the success of the campaign, and the timing.
It's just a
The
snake
Vietnamese
rake,
celebrations for New Year,
as
known
you can
as
see. It's a little
To begin a
squiggly.
campaign at this time of year would cause great
Basic
offense.
bottom of the keyway
The
tensioner.
government and American forces would certainly be caught with their guard lowered.
Let's see, I don't know if it'll work
This
on the
time of
Master
year
5, but
usually provided
it
an
might.
unofficial lull in the fighting,
only one way to
during
find
which
out.
the South Vietnamese troops would take time off to enjoy the festivities with their families. Mindful that the NLF in the South was suspicious that the North would cast them aside once they had achieved their aims, and believing that the South Vietnamese people would be more inclined to support their cause if the soldiers trying to win them over came from the South, the North Vietnamese leadership had decided
My video
that the
might get
Vietnamese
monetized from this
and not the
playing, but I'm
Northern
not
Army
sure.
would take responsibility
It's
for
not
the
music,
major
so
part of the
hopefully it's
offensive.
alright.
At the time
Doesn't
of the
look like the
the
Master
NLF
5
and
is going to
NVA
open with the
bring
snake
together
rake
152
on the quick pick.
infantry battalions with 128,000 troops in the South. These were backed up by hundreds of thousands of male and female guerrillas scattered throughout
At one
the land.
point, I carried this in my pocket every day for like half a
Inside
year.
towns and cities.
Yeah, maybe like
They
4
were
months.
inconspicuous,
Every day.
this taxi driver
I got
and
2
other
Ranger bands on it right here, just for
The knowledge of
added,
the cities was
like
inbound.
make it more personable.
Their role in the forthcoming offensive
I carried
was
it in my
considerable.
pocket with
They were
all my other
vital
stuff I always carry, like my phone and wallet and
for
stuff.
these local guerrillas,
Part of my
supplied the
everyday
men,
carry.
although the U.S. commanders believed the roles to be reversed. They collected rice from the local peasants and took on scouting
This
and
Master
intelligence
5 is
tasks
acting like a
made
freaking
in
high
the
security
operation.
lock all of a sudden.
In their attempts to cut the supply route known as the
You know, I got
Ho Chi
this
Minh Trail, that ran
echelon
from
set
north to
from
south inside the Laotian
Covert
border,
Instruments, and I've only
American
used
fighter bombers had flown
like 3 of the
53,000
picks
bombing
that are
and
in the
strafing
set.
missions over the trail.
Some of the ones I haven't even
Their
touched.
resilience kept
I use
them
my Greyhound
fighting,
picks, the dog
and the
legs,
massive destruction
way more.
vital to prevent men and equipment flowing down the trail.
I need to get my tubular locks, my bicycle
The
locks,
trail was in
and
fact
test
a
out the
system of
tubular
transportation
tensioner,
paths,
because
rivers,
it's
and
slightly wider than the Sparrows
sheer
one.
sides made it
So I'm
difficult for
seeing
the
if maybe it'll
Americans
work
to close
better.
it down.
I'm hoping it does, because I've never picked a tubular lock open. I don't think they're more than a white belt, if they're even ranked, but it's just something that's cool. Plus I have the little probe pick from Covert Instruments that I think it's meant for, along with like handcuff shimming and stuff.
One weapon used by both
Hey, what's up, Chuck Sue?
the NVA was the
Oh man,
AK-47.
we gotta make you a moderator too.
All these weapons had to come
All
down
of my
and most
Blocksport friends get to be moderator. So just in case some of you aren't on the video and random comes and starts doing stupid stuff, you guys can boot them or do whatever you deem necessary. So that's why I made all you guys moderator, in case you were wondering.
The most useful weapon in terms of range, explosive power, and
Oh, that's cool. I've seen some of your videos on Facebook. That's pretty neat.
one of the larger
The last one I saw, you were doing the Corbin one, and then I started watching another one, but I had to go do something and I lost track of it.
The RPG-7, they were used against bunkers and armor with great effect. They had a range of 500 meters.
I think I crunched the springs in my 410 Lotto lock, because for the life of me, I can't get it open anymore.
In 1967, the Viet Cong had been hit hard.
Nice.
And lost an estimated
Hey, have you been uploading those videos on YouTube as well? You should definitely do that.
The northern economy
Not just Facebook.
badly, and it was realized that resources might eventually become too scarce to run the war. But they were able to maintain the numbers of men sent against American forces. They were reinforced by the North Vietnamese army, who had filtered into the
Alright,
country
I'm going to
along
use the
Ho Chi
double
Minh
peak
Trail,
rake.
and now numbered
This lock's annoying me that it won't open.
young men who had not been conscripted by the South Vietnamese army could be used by the communists.
It's just
to
a
help in
basic
their
Master number
struggle.
5.
A huge untapped reservoir of soldiers. All over the country, bases
Of course
have
it
been
won't
set
open
up
now.
in which commanders, radio operators,
Oh, okay, I figured you did.
forces. For new recruits, there were training sessions of up to a month. Political indoctrination was not forgotten. To keep the men motivated, they had to know the reasons for the armed struggle. The
There it
majority of
is.
assaults at the beginning of the Tet
That was only a
offensive
Master
could be started
5.
by elite
It
commanders
took like 5 minutes.
who spearhead the main attacks by fighting their way into enemy installations.
See what
The
else I have
constant
here?
bombing campaigns and assaults by the Americans had badly affected morale in the jungle camps of the Viet Cong.
I got this
The use of
American
the planned offensive
5260, which I've opened a couple times, but it's been like a year. Now, for the life of me, I can't open it. I'm pretty sure it's just serrated. It would help probably if I got some lock lube, like Houdini, but I don't have any. That sounds like a lot of work, Chuck Soup. Ugh. Yeah, the locks get freaking camera shy. I wonder what that is. Like, I know it has nothing to do with the lock, but like, why do we get nervous or something where we can't open certain locks on camera? It doesn't make any sense. Well, check this out. Here's this Peterson's pick. This one dude's giving them away because they're defective. This was supposed to be like 15 thousandths, but it's really like 25 thousandths or something. It's a medium hook, and all he did was spray paint a little gold on it right here. If you get with Mountain Mix, tell him I told you about it, and he'll give you the link to the dude's YouTube. You just have to watch the video and then email him and give him your address. And then it took him like maybe 5 days, and I got this in the mail. And it's a Peterson's pick too. And it works super good. In case you guys are interested. I'm hoping that they do it again. I know some people don't like Peterson's, but it's a free pick. Nice. Yeah, you should get it. I got mine. A couple other people got theirs, so it's at least not a scam. Now, if they sell your information, I don't know, but at least you get a free pick out of it. American-made pick, too, at that. In my opinion, Peterson's is still way too expensive for us, but it's a decent pick. I don't know if it's the best pick, but it's not bad.
US soldiers could look forward to being sent back home after just one tour of duty that lasted 13 months. Officers would be back home after
There's
just
some
6
handcuffs.
months. This policy was not without its problems. When the men returned home, their expertise...
Yeah, it's my only Peterson as well. I don't think I'll ever buy anything from Peterson's, but I will take free picks all day long.
Most likely to be victims of snipers and booby traps, were unaware of the hazards of the merciless climate. The casualty rate for the new troops was therefore particularly high. The soldiers had to deal with boredom between bouts of life-threatening combat operations. They would be sent out
Modern
on
contemporary
fruitless
handcuff
search and
art.
destroy missions, constantly combing the same
butterfly
areas
of
until they became
handcuffs.
demotivated with the seeming futility of their
Oh,
tasks.
it's flapping its wings.
The men were never able to get enough sleep. There were always too few men in the field for the tasks they had to carry out, and they became
And
exhausted,
I'm over here
which
sweating.
had an adverse effect on troop morale.
Bandana's not
Drug
helping.
abuse was widespread. The Americans invested
See, I'll pick that
enormous
Master
amounts of
5
time
again
and
while
thousands
handcuffed.
of men in simply guarding their transport system and bases. Although there were almost 500,000 military personnel in Vietnam at the start of the Tet Offensive, just 1 in 7 of these were combat troops. The rest were administrating and maintaining the massive amounts of supplies being consumed. 45,000 tons of ammunition.
I find that when I pick decent locks on here, it makes everyone leave.
The modern technology
I don't know what it
on which
is
the
about that.
Americans were reliant.
So I just pick super
Storing
basic
and
locks.
distributing the vast quantities that reached Vietnam from America was a never-ending problem. Up until May 1967, the Mekong Delta in the south,
Should
a
open
web
soon.
of canals, rivers, streams, and lakes with few reliable roads, it was the most fertile rice-producing area in Vietnam,
Maybe not.
had been patrolled by the South Vietnamese.
See, it's being camera shy
But the
again.
Americans found it necessary to use their mobile riverine,
There it is.
a joint Army and Navy force, to protect
What's up,
this
yo
area
boy
from the
Lucas?
Vietcong. Its base was a man-made island.
Don't be afraid to hit that like and
This
subscribe.
was the first time since the American Civil War and the Union Navy in the Mississippi Delta.
Yeah, the most I get is like 5 maybe. I've gotten
It was conceived as an
like
all-weather strike force to
2,500 views when I first started, but the algorithm messed up
troops were brought to
and
points in Navy boats.
people stopped
And the
watching.
Navy also provided escort boats.
Nice.
Monitors, armored vessels, provided backup with heavy weapons.
Some handcuff art, butterfly. Handcuff butterfly, you see it? It's the only place you'll find that until someone else decides to do it.
Destroy the enemy combatants. The infantry had their own artillery pieces, mostly 105
And you know what?
caliber, which was set up in fire bases prior to
I really like that the
operations taking
echelon
place.
pick case is
And
magnetic
their
on the
mortars
flap, because if you fold it under so that the magnet is just under where the picks are, you can just stick a pick there and hold it.
Even though initially their use in jungle warfare could be viewed with some
Yellow nun stew?
The 11th Armored Cavalry
All right.
Brigade was the most powerful tank unit serving in Vietnam.
Oh, thank you,
And
Elijah.
tanks were deployed by practically every division in the country. The 44-ton M48 Patton, with its 90mm gun, was the standard tank.
I'm a Locksport prisoner. I've been sentenced to pick locks. The judge said pick all the locks I can for the remainder of my life. So that's what I have to do. Some of them are hard. Some of them are easy. That is like mixed berry mint, like methylated mixed berry. I bought a big old thing of it. We make our own vape juice, so we mix all the stuff together. It's a little bit cheaper than buying it from the stores. Oh, here's a reliable. I have 20 of these locks. That was given to me from Spicy Nug, so I can complete my Berserker challenge. And now I've just been randomly picking them. I like to pick, usually in the morning when I start, I'll pick easy, like a Master 3, a 140, and then I'll work my way up with like an 1100 to a 7240, and then like my Padlock 98 Pro, and then I'll mix it up. It's just to keep the skills like fresh. Oh, that sounds delicious. I want some pineapple coconut, so it's like a pina colada. I really like the berry flavors, and I started liking the mentholated. Yeah, I arrested myself. I also sentenced myself to pick locks. It's a life sentence.
Originally deployed as a tank killer, it was found to be excellent for direct fire support. It used 6 recoilless rifles that were highly effective for
What, you didn't like that?
destroying fortifications. The M113, simply called the Trap by U.S. troops.
Yeah, it's probably like a copyright thing. They also have like energy drink flavors, or they used to, and they were called something slightly different that sounded similar. But they had straight up Monster Energy, Red Bull, Rockstar, all of them. They were pretty good.
This heavily armed carrier enabled the first use of so-called mechanized infantry, but its vulnerability to mines caused the crew to sit on top of the vehicle. There were 10.
Well, I guess I could just pick the same locks over and over again.
Vietnam until 1972. The track would carry 11 men inside.
That would be an awesome judge.
A crewman, a driver, and a
If only.
Its armament was a single 12.7mm Browning machine gun.
Gentleman juice?
But the gun's firepower
What flavor was that?
Even at distances of hundreds of yards.
I had one called like Tiger Balm or something. Tiger something, and it was
The M75
coconut
grenade launcher,
and like a berry. It was like coconut and a berry. Whoa, Jack Daniels Marlboro. I've had tobacco flavored ones. They're not too bad. I prefer the berry flavors, but I'll enjoy a tobacco flavor maybe once in a while. I don't know how I feel about Jack Daniels. I think that stuff tastes disgusting.
The leadership on both sides were in the midst of differences of opinion on the future course of the fighting. 200 senior officers.
I'd imagine it's like an apple nicotine or an apple tobacco flavor, since Jack Daniels kind of tastes like apple, like old apple juice.
In America, Secretary of Defense Robert McNamara was on the brink of resignation, having become more and more discouraged with the war. He had already lost President Johnson's trust, whose mind was now on the general election coming up in late 1968.
Pick this one again.
Opposition to the war was also
Still
making itself
handcuffed.
felt within his party, and increasingly on the streets of America. Johnson continued to try to persuade the public that his course was the right one and to support him. General Westmoreland was recalled from Vietnam to
I have a hard time sitting in one spot for long periods of time. I get all stiff and achy. It's probably from being out of shape.
The president toured American bases to win support. Both Saigon and Washington began a campaign to suggest that, contrary to the facts, the war was going their way. Even as the American general was suggesting imminent victory, the Tet Offensive was entering its final phase of preparations.
Oh, scrubbing actually opened it.
1967, the Viet Cong had
That's
begun
cool.
to step up their attacks on the Americans as part of the plan to draw the U.S. forces away from their bases and into remote areas, thus hampering their ability to strike back.
Oh.
The main thrust of the Tet Offensive got
I like banana. Artificial banana tastes pretty good to
US
me.
commanders first thought that the attacks on the important combat base
I like real banana, but artificial is alright. I could get behind a banana vape.
But it soon became
I noticed a lot of the dessert ones all taste the same.
US soldiers
Like a sugary custard.
Sustained and bloody battles, such as the one that began.
That's why I just go with berry mint.
1967,
You get that like throat hit from the menthol,
in which dozens of Marines lost their lives. From
plus
their
the berry
on,
flavor.
the
It helps if you rinse your mouth out or eat ginger or something every once in a while so that you actually taste your vape again. Because if you vape a lot, like I do, you don't even taste it.
The hill fights, as they became known, that earned the Viet Cong the grudging
Oh, that sounds good.
U.S. forces for their courage, were savage, if short-lived.
The fruit ones are by far my favorite.
Became part of the deadly routine for both sides, and claimed the lives of 160 Marines. 900 communist fighters fell before the Americans finally brought the situation under control through overwhelming firepower. But it had required the weight of naval ships and huge quantities of bombs and artillery to overcome the determined onslaught.
I got this one, made by Cloud the Great.
More ferocious attacks followed.
Deadbolt lock.
Further south, communists struck the town of Lock Ninh on the
I think I might be able to rake this open.
which resulted in 850
We'll see.
NLF and NVA deaths.
I'll give it a
They
shot.
then hit the South Vietnamese Army Battalion at Song Bay. In
Let's see
November,
here.
at Dak To,
How did
north
I
of the
do this
Central
before?
Highlands, vicious fighting broke out.
I don't know if I could do this on
Fortunately, the US
camera.
camp had been strongly reinforced after intelligence
I think I gotta
deserter had alerted
hold
the
it like
US
that.
In a series of terrible battles for Dak To, the worst was that around Hill 875.
I think I have to
Controlling
single pin
the
pick
hills
this
meant that
actually.
the artillery and mortars
Because there's a
would
security
pound
pin
the
in here.
below. Responsibility for the capture of the hill was assigned to 2 U.S. battalions, one from the infantry and one airborne, with support from fighter planes, B-52 bombers, artillery that bombarded the enemy defenses with napalm, and high explosive shells.
Oh, my pick is stuck in there.
The communist
There
fighters
we go.
refused to be dislodged, and the U.S. soldiers were forced to attack the enemy time and time again in terrible engagements that were interrupted only by U.S. airstrikes, before they finally managed to fight their
Yeah,
way
it gets
through.
my pick stuck in here.
During the battle, 2,100 Air Force sorties
There we
took
go.
place, and
I just had to look at it.
170,000 artillery
Boom,
shells fell on
got
the
it
communist
locked.
forces. Hill 875 was only secured
Let's see if
after
I
a
can
week
pick
of
it.
bitter fighting that left over 400
Oh,
injured
I don't want to do
and
that.
more than 150 U.S. service.
It can be raked.
1,000.
This is nice. It sits on under my TV. There's like a little display piece.
Now cost the US.
It was really nice of him to send that to a couple of us. He makes super cool picks too. I got one of the cloud picks over here that he made from a steak knife. I'll pick with this on. I'll try this reliability. I'm still sweating. Here's the reliability. It's locked. Tensioner. And then here's the steak knife pick by Cloud the Great. It's a fat one. Boom. Opened it pretty quick too. Let's see if it works on the Master 5. Well, it shows 5 people here, but is there really 6 people? Hey, you guys, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already.
The Vietnamese army to cancel leave during the celebrations for New Year, although they did not expect that when any attack did
Just
take
picking a
place,
Master
it would
Lock
come
number
during
5
Tet, when a
with
New
the
Year
Cloud
truce
pick,
was normally
seeing if I
observed.
can do it.
The increased number of tourists arriving for the Tet celebrations in Saigon was a perfect cover for the guerrillas, now infiltrating
I'll try the
city.
rock picking.
The South Vietnamese would soon regret that for purely political reasons, they did not comply with the Americans' request.
There's the lock, as you can see.
Because even those villages that were not supporting the guerrillas
It's going to be nice when I finally get a tripod.
There was very little intelligence for the Americans to work with.
Oh, nice.
Although captured
I did the blue whale and got a patch, but I didn't get it quick enough to get the star.
Nonetheless,
I did it in 12 minutes, and I should have done it in under 10. But it's a cool patch. I might do it again until I get like 8 or 9 minutes, just to show I could actually do it.
The old Vietnamese calendar that was in use in the north
Boom.
stated that Tet
Here's the Master number 5 pick with the Cloud the Great 99 pick.
celebrations took
Custom made.
lack of coordination on this vital point. led to
Nice.
numerous Viet
Yeah,
Cong
definitely go
attacks
for the
in
star,
North
dude.
Vietnam earlier
I think it's cooler if you have the star.
The Americans were warned of worse to come. On the morning of January the 30th, 1968, the order was issued for the Tet offensive to be set in motion. American forces were immediately put on maximum alert. Now the leave of all South Vietnamese
Yeah, it
soldiers
counts, I think, for the whole time, no matter how long it takes you to switch locks.
the ending of the Tet ceasefire. But as the attacks progressed,
You can do it. If you did
it's not
10-10,
possible to reach
you can easily do 9,
the South
9.5.
Saigon
I'm going to try and pick this 98 Pro with this Cloud the Great hook pick.
There were 2 elite airborne battalions of the South Vietnamese Army at the airport, where they were about to be sent to the north.
Yeah, it was a cool challenge.
716th Military
I'm glad he put it out
and the
there.
Marine Security Guard detachment formed the only
Boom.
American presence in
Super
Saigon.
duper shackle pop on this
The
98
initial
Pro.
assaults, despite having been ordered a day early,
Pull out the
achieved
key.
enormous success, coming as they did as a complete
I'll grab my
surprise.
tensioner.
The Tet offensive
Gotta use
began
bottom of the key
on the
tensioner
morning
on
of
this,
January the 31st,
otherwise it won't
1968,
pick open.
with waves of attacks by the NLF.
I should be able to get it, but we'll see how
By
long
the
it
morning
takes.
of the following day, the largest military operation undertaken by either side was underway.
I try to pick this at
The
least
Sapper
once a day.
Commando stormed more than
Keep my
100
skills sharp.
towns and cities all over the country, and mortar-bombed or rocketed every major airfield, backed up.
I definitely like the thickness of this pick.
The number and
See, I pick up a better lock, and now there's only 3 people here.
South Vietnamese armies, who were completely unprepared for such a wide-scale onslaught. The capital, Saigon, descended into chaos, and there were too few South Vietnamese units in place. U.S. authorities had not thought it necessary to include their 300 military police in the capital in warnings issued the previous day. Poor coordination and faulty.
You did it in 3 minutes and 33 seconds? From white to blue. That's way quick. Have you done the Lock Assassin patch yet?
Of the 6 primary targets in Saigon that were to be held by the elite Sapper Commando,
I don't have a vice, otherwise I would try picking in a vice too.
The assault on the presidential palace failed.
Elijah, you gotta go for that Lock Assassin. Pick 3 purple locks and gut them in under 15 minutes. If you can do white to blue in 333, I am confident you can get that Lock Assassin's patch. Oh, wait a minute. I mean, you can still do it, but they won't give you a patch because you're in Australia. That sucks. I mean, you could try to type in someone else's address and have them mail it to you, but they would probably get super pissed if you do it.
The South Vietnamese army then attacked the guerrillas.
That's what I
The
would do.
fighting was vicious.
Just don't tell them you're in Australia and have it sent to someone in America. Boom. There's the 98 Pro. Took a couple minutes, but I got it. With the Cloud the Great pick, this is the first time I use this one. I like this because I can wrench down on it and it doesn't bend at all.
The city had not been the center of attention for the communists. A 19-man Sapper team hit the embassy at 2:45 in the morning, blasting
I think it's just because of shipping.
a surrounding wall and storming across the 4-acre compound towards the massive 6th-floor building. The officers leading the assault fell
Maybe
almost immediately
email them before you do it
this initial attack.
and see if you can just pay them shipping. You're going to end up paying like $20 for that patch, though.
The commandos were forced to take
It's expensive for Australian shipping. That's why I don't have any Lockwoods, because it's like $20, $25 for shipping.
Eventually, 6 hours later, the guerrillas were either dead or captured by U.S. reinforcements that landed on the embassy.
Will this fit in here? I might be able to pick the 7240 with the cloud pick.
American soldiers fighting to regain control of their own embassy in the capital was yet to be seen. 5 U.S. personnel had died by the time the embassy was secure at night.
Yeah, that lock assassin is like, lets everyone know you're an elite picker. Like, once you do that, that's like, you're like special forces of lock picking.
One of these ferocious battles flared up into
I would do it though, if I was you. I've never even picked a purple lock, so it's going to take me a long ass time to be that good.
A U.S. transporter carrying 25 men took a direct hit.
Alright, let's see if the 7240 could be picked.
Died in the hail of machine gun fire raking the narrow streets. Not far away, a squadron of police, 2 platoons of guards, and 2 companies of airborne troops from the South Vietnamese Army were located at Tan Son Nhut Air Base. The Viet Cong took up positions around the compound, using a textile factory to house their rocket launchers and heavy machine guns, before attacking the villas where senior South Vietnamese officers lived.
I think it's only been black belt pickers that have done the assassin patch. Nice. Yeah, the blue whale is a really fun one. I'm glad that people are starting to do that, put out patches. It helps, like, I think, add to make Locksport a little more interesting for some people, and kind of brings us all together. It makes a common ground.
They were targeted by American fighter bombers and gunships that smashed their positions. Not until 12 noon was the base secured. 1,000 Viet Cong had died. To the north of Saigon was sited the U.S. logistics complex of Long Binh and the Bien Hoa Air Base.
Sometimes when I'm picking locks, my hand cramps up.
Tanks and helicopters were brought in.
I don't know, I'm pretty sure he's a black belt. He sure picks open locks like he's a black belt.
Long Binh was General Weyer's.
He also used to be a locksmith, and he's been picking locks a lot longer than a lot of people.
Within 2 hours of the first attacks,
he's only a red belt? I bet if he wanted to, he could be a black belt. Maybe he's not that interested in the LPU ranking.
The swift response ensured that the offensive so far had been stalled for the very reason. The sheer scale of the assault, however, left no one in any doubt that the fighting would continue.
I don't remember if Lady Lock said she did it or not, but she's a something black belt, like a 4th Dan black belt,
all attacks nationwide had been beaten off,
which is pretty impressive.
The old provincial imperial capital of Hue. It would become infamous in the history of the Tet Offensive.
I'm surprised he's not black belt. He's a really talented picker.
Hue was just 50 miles from
Ooh, I'm freaking thirsty.
A naval supply base
about 10 more minutes. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get the 7240 right now.
Was the original home of the Vietnamese emperors. Close by was the South Vietnamese 1st Division headquarters. The attacks began on the 31st of January by 5,000 NVA fighters, with backup forces of a further 7,000.
Yeah, I was watching his videos a year and a half ago, before I joined the LPU or anything. And then I think I saw a Lady Locks video live, and that's where I got introduced to all you guys. Oh yeah, okay. The belts are really only for clout anyways. I like them because it shows you where you're at, and like the future locks you can pick, so you can kind of gauge how talented you are. But I've been sitting at orange for a long time because I haven't gutted any locks. I can pick my pack lock though, no problem. I just have to gut it
in Saigon,
and then make a tension wrench.
Failed to gain the territory the leadership had hoped for.
which I've already made tension wrenches and
Their
picks.
objectives, they had been driven out again before their support troops could get to them. In the interests of secrecy, individual units knew nothing of the orders issued. Nonetheless, huge parts of Saigon had by now fallen under guerrilla control. Fighting had fractured into dozens of isolated battles scattered all over the capital, in which Viet Cong forces were encircled by government troops.
Finally.
As the day wore on, the communists were subjected to intense.
Pick that open while reading your comment. A 7240.
The Viet Cong were beginning to think that the victory might be theirs. If the population came over to them, they were told, there would be no way out for the government and its allies.
See if I can get this 1100 open while I'm doing it. I can't pick a green belt one-handed, dude. I could pick them two-handed. Sometimes I can't do it. My hands get cramped or whatever happens.
So that the cost in lives to the skilled Viet Cong fighters and their adversaries was immense. The Saigon attacks during the first phase from January the 30th to April the 8th, 1968.
They don't email you back usually when you're with your Night Watch patch. You get, and the Berserker patch took me like 22 or 23 attempts to get, and I barely got it by like a couple seconds, by like 5 seconds.
Neither had the South Vietnamese army changed sides or disintegrated as they had hoped. They had stood their ground.
Blocks.
The Vietnamese army had been the principal cause.
And you probably get it quick, but that depends if you want to spend, you know, freaking $200 on cheap locks. I personally would rather spend $200 on good locks.
To withdraw from the built-up areas and regroup, ready to be rearmed. But the town of Wayne
Nice.
too important to simple.
That's pretty cool. Maybe for Christmas I'll buy myself a Lockwood.
4 days into the fighting, the South Vietnamese
This 1100 keyway is way tighter than the 98 Pro.
Whilst 1,200
Yeah, I'm not going to get this right now.
These troops now engaged in ferocious assaults on the citadel and in the South.
Some of these locks have some weight to them. Oh, I got. Is it in here? I have another lock with a clip shackle that has a Falcon lock core. It's in. I forgot I had it.
But it was the American Navy 14 miles out to sea, pouring its shells.
Yeah, you guys can post your links in the chat too. Only I think it's only you two that are here.
Relayed intelligence to naval commanders. The North Vietnamese supply line into Hue.
There's the Master 5. Love each other up. Like everyone's videos. You know the routine. I almost have 200 subscribers too. I think I'm like 8 away, maybe 7 now.
The South Vietnamese
I'm going to have to do some sort of clever giveaway. Come up with something cool for you guys to do.
The southern sectors of the city were now under American occupation. Although the continued flow of weapons and men to the
I won't make it too difficult. I got to find a good prize.
But the Marines were making headway into the rest of the city.
8 people watching now. Hit that like button.
Clean and appalling battleground. 80% of the once beautiful city lay in ruins. 400 South Vietnamese army soldiers were killed, together with over 140 U.S. Marines. 5,000 Viet Cong and NVA men had lost their lives inside Hue, and another 3,000 in the surrounding countryside. 5,800 civilians.
Oh, that'd be cool. Everyone likes those patches. You should definitely do that.
37,000 Viet Cong killed, countless more wounded or captured. Over 500,000 civilians.
Here's a Master 140.
The greatest battle in the country's history, as the Northern leadership had dubbed it, was turning into its greatest catastrophe. The most experienced communist fighters and political organizers were amongst the dead. The humbled Northern leadership tried to explain that Tet had been
Nice and
planned as a
easy.
series of battles rather than a large-scale offensive. The Tet offensive cost 2,500 US soldiers their lives. Public opinion in the US would sway savagely against
Yeah, that
the
happens sometimes. Where you think you're subscribed to someone and then you check and you're not.
8,000 US men had been injured. The best units of the South Vietnamese army were rendered inoperable for most of the following
I
12
wonder what.
months, known as mini-Tet, set to begin in May and September. The guerrillas could claim to have won the countryside, now empty of government soldiers, and pacification practically came to a standstill.
That's weird. I wonder why that you sometimes YouTube still won't alert you.
Attacks took place all over the country.
It's like they shadow ban people or something. But I think that's only if you just talk about certain subjects too much.
These sweeps involved some 20,000 US soldiers and 9,000 South Vietnamese soldiers.
Are you Heather Tracy? We're here forever. Mabel and I help people save hundreds by customizing car insurance with Liberty Mutual. We ordered a limo, not a limo. Oh yeah, we do that too.
Three and a half thousand Viet Cong
Now
died.
this
3,500 Viet Cong
Now this
died, which
basic
was their
140,
ability to threaten
141.
Saigon in the immediate future.
It's being camera shy and doesn't want to pick open.
The aftershock of Tet.
There we
to
go.
the US was deep.
Although the
I'll
do the number 5 again real quick.
Successful. 1968 would see 16,592 dead U.S. servicemen, the highest total ever.
Huh.
Defense Secretary Robert McNamara
I wonder why.
resigned on the 28th of February. Public opinion was unconvinced that a major defeat for communism had
YouTube
occurred.
has been known to do some weird stuff sometimes, and I'm not sure what is making it happen.
President Johnson saw the military wanted more fighting and suggested that Laos and Cambodia should be invaded.
Yeah, that's weird.
They asked for 260,000 extra men for the task. Johnson refused. The Vietnam War had been irrevocably altered by the Tet Offensive, and in America it did not take long for the effects
Now this
of the
one doesn't
campaign
want to
make
open.
themselves felt. Johnson was coming under enormous pressure to end the war. He also
I'd
had
imagine it
elections
probably
on the horizon, and within his
unsubscribes
own
them if you
party,
block
there was
them.
discontent. With Robert Kennedy and Eugene McCarthy, historic day in Vietnamese and American history. The
Alright,
bombing
guys.
campaign, Johnson announced,
That's about it. Let's see what the poll results are. Bun of Legos 28.
it was clear
Slip
that
on a
America
banana
wanted
peel
to present
14%.